Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for coming tonight. We're going to have a couple people on, hopefully. We have one guy waiting in the wings. His name is Anthony Gambino. We'd like to welcome him to the show.
Hey. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. We will get to the chat and see who's in the house right now. So we have Crazy Mad, who's always first, it seems like. Hello, Crazy Mad. And we got Mo Biggs in the house. Hail, Mo. And that's about it for now. Man, we are slim pickings tonight. What is going on? We're going to have to start getting some chat build up here. So share it out, guys, if you can. Get us out there. I know there's a lot more channels streaming tonight, so we're going to have to compete. But hopefully we have something good for you guys to watch. So Anthony, welcome to the show. We're going to get started. We got Crazy Mad's question of the week.
All right.
Would you rather have a non-venomous spider infestation or a mouse infestation in your house?
Oh, that's dark. That's dark.
That's awesome.
Oh, man.
So what do you think?
You know what, man? I'm going to have to go with non-venomous spider.
Whew. Okay. Man, that's a rough one.
I know.
Why would you pick that? And then I'll go into mine.
Honestly, in our first little dingy apartment that we had together, we made acquaintances with a few mice, and they're admittingly much more terrifying to me than spiders. I mean, I think
that's hilarious, man.
I've never sounded more like a bitch in my life than when I saw that mouse come out of the closet for the first time.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
All right. I don't think I've ever told this story before, but truth be told, I thought I was going crazy when I first saw it, because the way the apartment was set up was like the couch. Okay, I'm sitting on the couch and I'm on the corner of the couch, and out of my periphery I could see the closet door, and then the corner of the wall, right?
Yeah.
And there were a bunch of times where I just saw on the floor, like out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, the hell was that? And it kept happening. And then one night I was just staring at the corner because I was like, I'm going to catch this friggin' thing. And my wife's like, what are you doing? What are you looking at? I was like, I think I saw a mouse. And she was like, what? She's like, what'd you just say? I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I keep seeing something flash across I don't know if it's a floater in my eye. I was like, I don't know what's going on. And then sure enough, we saw it, and it's violating in a way that I never thought it would be.
I think that's funny, man. I think mice are kind of harmless. Now, I know they can do a lot of damage, so I don't mean...
They are.
I just mean to us, it feels like they're kind of harmless.
Yeah, I mean... they shit in your cabinet.
Messes. Yeah, they shit in your cabinet. They're nasty. They leave messes. But spiders is my number one fear.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So spiders, I don't care if they're venomous or not. They're just terrible in every way. They look terrible. They are terrible. I hate them. And it's the worst thing ever. So I live out in the country, and we have bigger spiders, and we have uglier spiders.
Yep.
And so
you have what spiders?
Ugly.
Okay.
Completely ugly, and they're they're
like
black,
hairy and everything.
Yes. Wolf spiders. I think wolf spiders are probably the ugliest. And
I gotta look
so you'll be opening something up, and then there it is. It's popping out on you. And so I hate it. Damn. But then I lived on a farm, well, close to a farm, at my dad's house, and they I think they put the feed for the cow, for the cattle, next door. They closed it up where the rats couldn't get to it anymore in their barn. So the rats migrated over to my dad's house across the street because they were looking for food, so they were starving. So they had to go wherever they could go. So they got up into my dad's rafters. They got into the walls. They got into the cabinets. They started getting into any box food we had. So we had to put things in tins, and then we were trapping them, and then they became cannibal. So they started cannibalizing their own rats. So once we caught them in the trap, they would eat the rat in the trap, and we would find bloody carcasses after they ate them. So I'm like, rats are way different than mice. You know, rats are disgusting, and they will go really far. So if it's just mice, I could probably put up with it. But no, never rats, never spiders.
Oh, that's terrifying.
It's terrifying. I never want to go back to that ever again.
Oh,
he was able to get rid of them.
God.
Holy shit.
That's
got
scary.
Good stuff in the house.
Wow.
And good
Cannibalism.
stuff. Yeah, man, it was cannibal. It was so disgusting. I don't think I've ever seen anything since that time. But they were starving, so they had to go somewhere to eat. And we were the next best thing. So.
And then they were the next best thing.
Then they were the next best thing. That's right.
Whoa.
Mrs. Good Stuff says we had 2 rats as pets. Yeah, I don't understand it, man. I don't understand when people get rats as pets.
Like Phoebe on Friends.
Yeah, they're pink eyes. I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. Crazy Mad said mice are gross, spiders for me. See,
I'm with you, man. I'll deal with the itch all day long. I don't care.
I think for me, I can't get past the ugliness and the creepiness of the spiders. Like, it just makes me freeze right away.
They are creepy. They are creepy. I think they're kind of badass looking sometimes, but I think I had a venomous spider bite. I don't know if you can hear me right now. Oh. What's up, chat? They were actually our daughters. They're cute when they're babies and rather good pets, actually. Oh, you're being serious. That's pretty cool.
I can't get on here. Hey!
You good?
Yeah, I made it back. So, you know, you're just going to have to carry the show for me, Anthony, whenever I'm gone.
You know what? I wasn't sure if when that happens, if I should keep talking. Like, I don't know if they can see. So I was just reading Mrs. Good Stuff's comment about the rats being their daughter's rats, and they were actually good pets. So do you walk a rat? I don't know. But yeah, so one day when I was in my early 20s, I woke up and I couldn't move my thumb, and like this whole part was swollen, and I thought I had just slept on it weird. I was like, that's annoying. So I massaged it, I iced it, I wrapped it all day. Nothing. I went to bed. Nothing. I woke up the next morning. I was like, how the hell am I sleeping on this thing? It's like I couldn't move my thumb at all. But the second day when I woke up, the vein in the forearm here, like normally it would be green or blue, whatever you see, red.
Ooh, that's not good.
And I was like, all right, I've seen enough movies and TV to know that's an infection.
Yeah.
And I went to the doctor and they're like, what are you here for? I was like, I think I have an infection. And they're like, why? And I went like this, and they're like, you need to go to the hospital. I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with my blood. Like, they did all the tests. They couldn't find any bites. I don't know. It was a phantom venomous spider or something, but it got me.
Gosh,
it was weird, man. It was funky.
No. Now, see, in Ohio, we have brown recluses. And they're like, they're this reclusive spider, just what the name says.
Uh-huh.
And if they get you, it'll like eat your flesh. Like, it's the kind that will rot your flesh out. Yeah. So you don't want to be bit by a brown recluse. So yeah, those are the ones we're scared of.
I'm looking those up now too.
Oh man, they're terrible. So
wow.
Now Crazy Mad said he's not scared of either. If it were a snake infestation though, yeah. So snakes are number 2 for me. Number 2.
That's
my second biggest fear. So
that's terrifying. Did you ever watch Vikings, the show?
Yes.
Okay, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen it. You know what I'm getting at?
Yes.
Yeah,
Ragnar,
that was one of the most uncomfortable scenes of anything I've ever seen in my life. Just the slow pace of it. Thinking about being in that. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was terrible.
For people who don't know what we're talking about, one of the main characters on the show, again, spoiler alert, And apparently it's pulled from facts. Like apparently
Sure.
this actually happened to the character
Yeah.
Ragnar Lothbrok. But he was put to death via a snake pit. So they dropped him in this, I don't know, maybe 20-foot pit filled with snakes, and they just bit him until he died. And it was
terrible.
It was unsettling.
I actually had to turn away. It's one of those things where I was like, I know this isn't like he's really not getting bit, but it was freaking me out so bad that I was just I got to look away. Is it done yet? I was asking my wife, is it over yet?
It's uncomfortable. See, my wife didn't watch the show. It was just me by myself, and I had to deal with it on my own.
Oh, man. Yeah. Mrs. Good Stuff says, I can't do spiders, cicadas, bees, or snakes, and possums make me puke. Wow,
that's hilarious.
We had to shoot. Well, I shot several possum out where I lived because they steal all my.
Did you really?
Yeah, because they steal all my dog food, my cat food, like that are outside.
Oh.
You know? So we had to keep them away because they steal food. I mean, they're looking for food, but
yeah, of course.
And they're not really going to harm much. They're just annoying.
Yeah.
Bees? I can't believe somebody's that scared of bees. I don't know. I guess I understand if you don't like insects, but
yeah,
bees don't freak me out at all. I don't know
why. Me neither.
Even if they sting, they don't really scare me. So
yeah, it hurts for a little bit, but it's done.
Okay. Well, I want to go over a little bit of an update for everybody. So I've been drawing some sketch cards. Woohoo! Nice. These are the backs of them, or the front. I don't know what you say. Is this the front of the card?
I don't know.
The backs are where you sketch. I get it wrong every time, but I've drawn 6 character cards, sketch cards. So I'll put them up to the camera if they're too bright. There we go.
Oh,
so there's
awesome.
one. So here's Shush. We call him Shush.
Cool, man.
That. What do we got next? We got Burn. It's not angled right. There we go. He's got his armor on there. Looks like an angle really good.
That is awesome.
So that one. We've got, who do we got? We got Sabra. So he's our archer of the crew. Who else? Chiru. He's just his happy-go-lucky self. And then we've got Zoom. Messing up my camera angles here. So she's the badass with a bow staff.
Nice.
And then Mare. So we got him looking all, I don't know.
He's ready to go.
Kind of, intense, I guess. But so there we go. I got 6 character cards. I've actually drawn 7. But I got about 53 to go.
Whoa.
So we offered sketch cards, for the people who signed up ahead of time.
Nice.
And I wish we wouldn't have done that now. So, I mean, the truth is, it's cool to, give out something original. And I wanted to do something like that where I drew and everybody gets to have something unique.
Hell yeah.
But then I'm like, well, that's a hell of a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. My last campaign, I think I had 30 or so.
Yeah.
Which was definitely manageable.
Sure. Well, I think it's okay. If I do I don't know, maybe 10 a week or so or something like that, I'll get it done.
That's doable.
I'll probably even do it. I'll probably do more than that, to be honest. So
nice.
It only takes, I don't know. I drew those pretty quick. Probably maybe it might have taken 2 hours the whole time to get those done.
Oh, that's great.
That's not bad.
I was so nervous. I was so nervous when I first did mine. Mm-hmm. It would take me hours just to do one.
I feel that because that's what I was doing, man. When I was sitting down, I was like, oh, I don't know. And I actually got in a sketchbook and I started doing it first there just to make sure I was okay. And then I was like, you know what? You got to say F it, man, and just flow. Because I think the reason why this is my favorite sketch card, which is the Edelburn. It is, wait a minute, that's not the right one. It's this one. And the reason I think it looks so cool, can't get it in the light right. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
The reason it looks cool is because it was loose. And I just kind of flowed with it. I didn't worry about the details. I just kind of went and let it flow out. And it was what it was at the end. And I was like, hey, there it is. And that's the one I'm most happy with, because that's the one I was able to relax the most on. It's weird how that works.
so much of it is up here.
It is.
That's the big. I'll show you right now. So it's gotten to a point where I've gotten so frustrated that I actually started doing my comics like this.
Oh, cool.
I will cut up the page into separate panels and
then lay them out.
Tape it to a board, and I do one illustration at a time.
Okay.
Because I was finding that if I had the whole page in front of me, like I was getting in my head about what's to come next, and then I would get to the next panel, and I would just be looking at the mistakes from the previous one.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what.
When I do my layouts, I do that a lot of times. But I make sure, I don't know how you do your layouts at all. Do you lay them out first and then draw over them, or do you just do one panel?
No, I lay out the panels first and then draw them inside.
Okay. Yeah, because that's what I lay out my whole page with the with the figures and everything and placement and perspective. Then I go in. But being able to do that really helps, because I find the rendering, once I have everything in place, I can render okay.
Right.
But I have to have that foundation in place. And that's, I'm so glad we came up with that system, because I was like, it's not going to work if I just have to freehand or to draw it right there on the spot.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
Oh, no. Well, let's look at the chat.
Once I get these cards done. Yeah, once I get these sketch cards finished, I'm waiting on the final colors. So we have about just a few tweaks. Our colorist, Paul Billick, he sent us a bunch of pages that he got finished, which was really cool. But he had like little tweaks. Little details like boot color was a little wrong, or he had just little things he missed that I needed to probably send him a reference for, which would have helped him better.
Sure.
Just little things, no big tweaks at all. And once he gets all those done, the colors will be finished, and then we have to send it off to Eric Weathers for letter. And then once he letters and we get those back, it's format for print. So I'm excited. I can't wait, because we're hoping by the end of August, the books will be at least at the printer and getting ready to ship to us, so that we can get them out to Critical Blast and get them dispersed to everybody. So We're getting excited. Yeah. I've also reached out to Phoenix, who is doing our metal cards.
Oh, cool.
So we have a Mare metal card, which is our hero. I showed you him just a minute ago. So where's he at? I can't find him. So yeah, Mare, our brooding hero. It's not this drawing that's going to be on the metal card, but it will be a two-sided metal card. It's going to be, we have some playing cards in the story, and those playing cards are designed on the one side, and then they have the character on the other. And so that's going to be cool to give out to everybody that physically back the book. That'll be great. And then we have to make prints. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we have to do. I don't think there's much else after that. I mean, it's very few things that we're reaching the finish line, and it feels great.
That's exciting.
It really
man.
does.
I'm excited for you guys.
Thanks. It's a good place to be, man. So that brings us to Vigilant Fury.
Oh, cool.
Let me see. I want to get that called up. So we have a blue light special going. Back Vigilant Fury on Indiegogo.com. Blue light special.
Nice. Yeah, talk about putting myself to work.
Yeah, so you want me to share the page? You want to share the page? It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll share it.
Okay.
I'll share. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Can you hear me and see me?
Yes. Yep.
See the page? Let's see
Yep.
if this
There we
plays.
Can you full screen it?
Does that have sound?
I'm not hearing it yet.
You're not hearing it yet. Let's see.
No, and if you can't do it, I might be able to. So just let me know.
Okay. You can't hear anything?
No. So
it's probably
stop sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop sharing. And then when you share the window, there's like a little box you check. So I'll pull it out and then let you look at it.
Okay. All right. Am I out of there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop sharing. Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's like a little box in the, I think it's the bottom left corner or something like that. Yeah. Bottom left corner says share system audio. You see that?
I'm not seeing that. I have to click it.
Okay.
No.
Well, that's okay.
All right.
I can share the tab.
Yep.
All right. Let me go and get it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. All right. How are we doing? There we go. And so then I will put it on full screen once it plays.
There we go.
All right. Nice. Right.
So there it is.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, Julius did a good job.
Yeah.
He cut it
so
together.
He did that.
Yep. I don't know how, but he did that.
Yeah, that's great, man. Where did you get the music from?
I don't know. I hope it's royalty free though.
Yeah.
I imagine he got it from either friends of his or he got royalty free music.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's music is hard to come by, and so when you get something that stands out, that's cool, I think.
Yeah, I mean I thought the two tracks that he picked fit the tone really nicely.
Yeah.
Especially when she switches in that hardcore rock and roll comes on. It sounds good.
I keep wanting to do like a Journey noir, like seen her in a smoky room.
Yeah.
Cheap perfume. Just do a noir take on that song. I was thinking about it all night last night. I was like, that'd be too funny, but I can't bring myself to act it all out. So
yeah, no.
Probably should have got more views.
Why not? Why not?
So, okay. So it looks like you have a featured perk at the top here.
Yes, sir.
And that is level 3 commission bundle.
Yeah. So like we were talking about earlier, putting myself to work, trying to get as much original art to these people as possible. So our feature perk is a 9x12 commission.
Okay.
We're offering black and white and also ink wash. I recently found out that I really love working in ink wash.
Okay.
And I've been getting some really good responses from it, so we are going to offer that as well. So either or. It comes with a copy of the book, which is an 84-page graphic novel, and it also comes with prints from other artists other than myself.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So great.
Yeah, for $75. So Shay
said, original commission.
Yeah. Shay said that everyone should take advantage of these prices because I'll never be this cheap again. So
it's true. It is true.
She said I could quote her, so I'm quoting her. All right. Dirk's gone again. What's up, chat? Who we got in here?
Yeah. So
he's back. He's back.
Oh, what?
You cut out you froze for a little bit.
Oh, did I really? I didn't even know. I was looking at the campaign and asked questions, and I was wondering why you weren't answering. So I was like, something happened, man. So
I'm just very rude.
No, you're good. Don't you worry about it. So for the commission bundle, how many did you have total to sell? It says 12 remaining. How many total?
15. 15. Yep.
That's a lot. I mean, because that's 15 commissions that you're doing. So
Yep. I know.
9x12 too. That's a good size page. So
yeah. But I really want to when people first started getting like my sketch cards and asking for commissions, that gratifying feeling was something that was really unexpected, and I was happily surprised. Like, it felt good that people wanted it, but also to get it to them.
Okay. That's awesome.
So yeah, I really love that. I love the fact that people want my work. It was just a crazy feeling. So
yeah, it's really cool. I had drawn something, and I was supposed to give it away to. I had promised it to one of our, friends, and she probably thinks she's not getting it anymore because it's been so long. It's been months, and she's probably just like, yeah, he's not sending it to me, but she is going to get it. I still have it. I'm just waiting until we fulfill so she can get everything. And
nice.
Probably shouldn't have done that. I should have sent her the print, but then I was like, it's okay. I'll maybe throw some goodies in there or something for her. But,
yeah, if they'll appreciate it. Right. It's kind of a no-brainer.
So, okay. Well, yeah, that's awesome, man. I think I'll scroll down here. We'll get into the story. So tell us about this story.
Yeah, so Vigilant Fury is written by Julius Freeman, and it is about a young woman who goes on vacation, and while she is at her rental home, she gets kidnapped by human traffickers, and when she wakes up on inside of a container on a cargo ship.
Ooh.
So she realizes the situation that she's in, and she makes a decision that she has to. It's either surrender and give in to what's going to happen, or fight like hell and get herself out of there and get the other people that she's with, get them out of there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So takes place, if there's 84 pages, I think it's like 78 or 79 pages take place on the shipping container.
Oh wow.
Which when Julius pitched me the story, I really loved that idea. Like, I think that's so cool, just going from point A to point B and finding out if she does it, and all the things
Right.
that happen in between those 2 points.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
I like that, and it keeps your story contained in a nice, in a nice setting, I guess you could say.
Very much so. Very much so.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And
So-
when he first pitched it to me, he said it was going to be about a 40 or 50 page story. And as he was writing it, and I completely agree with the sentiment and what he did. He was saying, like, this is a action-packed story, so if it was 40 or 50 pages, the action would have been too quick, and it kind of would have just seemed like a cheesy 80s action flick. But expanding it a little bit gave Julius room to write the character more and to develop the plot and show different ways that she's able to maneuver throughout the setting.
Right.
And also because she's a smaller character physically, she goes up against some much larger dudes mainly. So she had to use the setting to her advantage rather than the physique. So there's a lot of shadow work, like hiding in the shadows, and a cat and mouse kind of game.
That's great.
She's zipping in and out of the maze-like structure of the containers and messing with people. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
I like that. That is really cool. So, 80 pages, man. That's a lot.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And it's very stark, like black and white.
Yep.
So, and I do like that. I mean, you don't see a lot of that, and I really like that.
Thank you.
My book is actually very lit. I feel like I had to draw too many details. You know what I mean? And
really?
And I feel I like that, and then I don't like it because you can't get.
I know.
When you're drawing outside, you have to draw the outside. You have to draw trees, you have to draw the leaves, you have to draw grass. When you're in like a confined space or in like a certain setting, you can use lighting and play with that, and the lighting makes it kind of fun to set moods and do things that you can't always do outside. You can set moods a little bit, but it's very limited.
I found it's much easier to draw outside at night because you can theoretically have a light source. You can have a fire somewhere or a flashlight or something.
Or moonlight.
And
use
a singular light source. But yeah, you're right. I mean, drawing outside is tricky.
I told Murph, I said I never want to draw a tree again. I'm done drawing trees, man.
I told Julius I never want to draw the inside of a box ever again.
Yeah, I'll bet.
I'm like, how do I draw the inside of a dark box?
Yeah, how many ways can you do it?
It's just black.
That's cool. But I mean, it's those limitations really push you. I mean, you have to be good at storytelling at that point. So it does push you to do better. But that was it. I mean, I had a lot of room to play with, but then you got to get consistent too, though, because the more details you have, the more details you have to repeat in other panels.
Yep.
It depends on how you play with that, but for the most part, if you want people to recognize the setting, you have to make sure it's, duplicated.
It's repeated. Yep, for sure. I hear you.
So the cover is very striking. I like that.
Thank you.
It fits her knife. Striking. I like that. So what's this? Is that a flashlight in her other hand?
Yes, it is.
Like a bloody flashlight?
Yes, it is.
So the blood is white in this book.
Yeah.
That's fun, though. I like that.
Didn't have many options.
Cool. Okay.
So there's the first 8 pages as a preview here on the page.
Yeah.
So the readers get an idea of what they're getting themselves into.
Okay. Drawing airports.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I've never drawn an airport before. That'd be something for me. For sure.
She goes to the club with her friends when she lands in Miami, but they kind of ditch her. So she leaves, and that's when it all happens.
Okay. Ooh. So she's got some fury for the friends.
A little bit, but more fury for these guys.
Sure. I like that. That's really cool. Setting it up.
Thank you.
Yeah. It'd be fun to still see this colored. Are you guys thinking of getting it colored at all?
I don't know. We're thinking if it does well and it gets a good response, maybe like in a couple years or something, we'll do it on the anniversary and do a special campaign for that. But
well, there's probably different ways you could color it too, where it wouldn't have to be like full, vibrant colors.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, if you could play with that a little bit, that would help. But and a lot of times, maybe that would ruin the noir side of this book.
Yeah, I mean that's the main reason we kept it black and white. Is it fits the tone of the story so well, and we're trying to go for like the visual intensity of a Sin City and that overall tone of a story. So
I kind of got that, especially in this panel with the guy here with his fists. It looks like he, did he fall? Wait, that's
the they just threw her and now she's pissed.
Oh, okay.
So this is when she switches.
Oh, okay, I wasn't paying attention. So okay, but I like that because she does look pissed in that, and it's an intense thing. Now I can see her hair and everything. But I think that I like that panel a lot.
Thank you.
And it did give me a Sin City vibe. I did think of that. That's really.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. Oh, you froze up a little again, so if you're asking me something, I don't hear you.
Yeah, you got the old style lettering going on there and the angles. That does look like a shipping container. That's good.
Oh, good. Thanks. Yeah, a lot of reference, and some studies.
Very cool. Yeah, nice. Okay. So where's that leave us? Black and white?
Yeah, Julius wanted to emphasize that.
Yeah. Very cool. So the book is back in black and white. You pretty much already explained that. Let's get into the perks.
Yeah. Perks are, they're very art heavy. So we talked about this commission bundle.
Sure.
We are offering sketch cards. We're offering a sketch card bundle, which is a sketch card and the book for, I want to say $25. I know we're discounting it.
Okay.
So if you bought them separately, it'd be $30, and if you get the bundle, it's $25.
Okay. So that's what we did. We had the same price, $15 for the physical, and $5 digital.
Oh, cool.
But you guys have way more pages than we do, so you guys have a great deal going on.
Yeah, well, that's also another benefit for the black and white because it saves us a bunch on printing costs. So we're able to keep the book at this price point. And we're also offering another book in black and white, which if you scroll down a little bit, it's this next one here.
Okay.
So I love having behind the scenes stuff in trades and comics. As an artist, I love to see other artists' process work and kind of get a look behind the curtain as to what they're thinking when they're coming up with the story. So we're offering this supplemental 48-page book that involves character designs, setting studies, like I mentioned before, thumbnails, process shots, reference photos, sample scripts from Julius, everything that goes into making a project like this. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I think that's great. So, that the behind the scenes companion, I thought about doing something like this, but it seemed like so much more that we'd have to put into it to get out there. And I thought, well, it's going to be enough for us to get the book. So maybe down the road or something. I wouldn't mind putting together some things like that, but I think that's really cool. I think it's great when you guys do that because I wish I could.
Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot more that goes into it, like you said. But the upside is like all the guts is done already by the time we're ready to make this book because everything's done. I just have to lay it out.
That's awesome.
So there's benefits to it. Eventually, when I have a bit of a more of a following, and it's a little bit easier to make these goals, I want to include this stuff in the back of the book, in every book I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and why? What's stopping you now?
Well, we're Julius and I are both pretty new.
Okay.
And we're not really that well known yet, so we want to focus on building a partnership and
that going.
Yeah, and
That's awesome.
getting the story out to people and building a little bit.
So Murph and I had this idea for our book of doing like so it's more of a, I guess, a Celestials version of Ballad of the Celestials, and it would be colored different. It would almost be in the realm of where the Celestials are, and so having this completely different look to the book, and I love that because it was a neat idea, but I thought we ought to hold off on the first campaign and do it once we get to book 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Because then we need to build up, and it's
for sure.
We already had 3 covers going for the book, and to do like 2 different versions of the book as well, I think that, I was thinking it was probably going to be overkill. I'm not sure if that's true, but it's kind of where we went with it. And we decided to hold off for it. So
now, how's that work with the multiple covers? Does it really increase your printing costs?
I don't know. We don't know about that. We are, we're going to print up quite a few, and we just wanted to offer the different variations because so many people were liking it at the time that we were, building our campaign.
There you go.
And we were like, okay, more than 3 would be overkill, but we have a wraparound cover, and then we have a regular main cover, and then we have an alternate cover.
That's awesome.
And it ended up being like, it wasn't too much work. It wasn't like getting that out there. It was great to put something new out there like that and to give people some variations. But I don't know. It's more of a thing where it was exciting to put those different things out, and it makes the book look a little different. But in hindsight, I don't know if we should have put our efforts in something else. You know what I mean? Like, you can always
I hear you.
Go, we could do this, we could do that. But there's, we just never second guessed it. We just kind of went for it and had fun with it. And and I think that's some of the fun of doing it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Did you guys talk to anybody about your campaign before you went on, like before you launched it?
What do you mean? Like,
did you consult with anybody? Did you ask, people for help? Did you just jump in both feet?
we jumped in.
Okay.
Julius had set it up, and then I had consulted a few people for my previous campaign about 1.5 years ago. So once the campaign launched, I went in and I added quite a bit, like all these mock-ups and everything, all the photos, and a bit more to the guts of the page. But as far as the perks and stuff, we both kind of like, we weren't really sure what people would want, like, especially because we're both new. Like, we didn't know if offering up like the stickers and all those goodies, like, did that make sense?
Yeah, right.
We're trying to build the audience and gauge what people really want.
Yeah, it's hard to do, man. Yeah. And that's something that we did. We brought the chat in and did a show with them, and we said, tell us what you're looking for and what you like, or and then we also did one where we showed them what we were building, and we said, hey, critique this, show us, like, if you see this, tell us what's bad about that, or what you would hate about that, or what you actually like. And we got some good feedback. I don't know if it like changed everything that we were going to do, but it helped us with a few details at least.
That's awesome. That's a really good idea too.
Yeah, and we realized that all we call it tchotchkes, or whatever you can call them.
Yeah.
We call them tchotchkes.
Tchotchkes.
Any of those extras, I don't think they matter that much. Whether you choose bookmarks, sketch cards, stickers, magnets, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I know people like the prints, and I know they like the sketch cards.
Yep.
But you're never going to be 100% on any of it because everybody feels differently. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So go with what you think you would like to get in your campaign. That's the best advice.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's what we did, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I would love to get a good story and maybe some original art if it's affordable.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's pretty much what we have here. And some prints are available.
And that's what we did. We kept ours kind of simple. Very simple.
Man. Same here.
So it's cool. So sketch card bundle.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that going to be... Oh, you're going to take requests on your sketch cards.
Yes. So the way, that's right. Yeah. If we don't hear anything by the time we're ready to fulfill, and by the time I'm ready to do the sketch cards, then I will assume that you don't have any preference, and I'll draw a character from the book.
Okay.
So that's the way we're working all these original art pieces.
I decided to just do, just characters from the book. I'm like, it's about this. It's about Ballad,
right.
So I'm doing that. But I think that's pretty cool that you're doing that. I know, I think you guys know who Kemosabe is, right?
Not personally.
Kemosabe Returns. He did Company Men. Have you heard of that book?
Okay.
He did a sketch card. I don't know if you can see this over here, but he did sketch cards for his. Yeah, it's hanging up right here, just right here. But I got Slimer from him. So different, people play him differently all the time. So sometimes they just do whatever pop culture character or characters from other comics or.
Freezing up a little.
Can't go wrong.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you froze up a little.
Did I really? Because it didn't even show me that time. That was weird.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't show me at all.
Yeah.
Usually I'll see the thing go down and then I'll freeze. And this time I didn't at all.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. So, I was going to say, what's the logo bundle?
So by day, I'm also a full-time graphic designer, and I've been designing in comics for about 6 years now. Cool. So I'm offering this as another service because it's not something I really see in crowdfunding campaigns very often. And I know people are always looking for logo designers, but they're not as sure where to turn as they are when they're looking for artists. So you're essentially hiring me as a freelance designer through this campaign. And with the logo that you need for your project, you also get a copy of the book and you get some prints as well.
Oh, that's awesome. So that's really cool. We were just looking at possibly trying to design a logo for our Mysterion Comics company. And yeah, I mean, I came up with some things, but man, it's really tough. It's logo design is very, very tough.
It is. It is indeed.
I'm going to share Ballad's logo with you just real quick, and then we'll get back. Not that you want to see our book all the time.
Yeah, why not?
But hey,
let me see it.
So let's go here. Boom, there it is. See it?
Whoa.
So that's Ballad of the Celestials. Now, this is the grayed out version. This is going to be on the interior of the book with our credits below it. So you're going to see the credits with it, and that's it.
That's intense.
Yeah. So I like it. I like what I've done. It's probably the best thing we came up with. And once I saw it, I was like, okay, that's the one.
That's awesome.
Do you get that way where you're like, yeah, that's what it should be?
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, a lot of the times when I get like that, it's like a font, and I'm like, well, I think this works as is, but I feel like an asshole not doing any work to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, but why? I mean, if it's working,
I know. But this is crazy.
Well, this is the, I don't know, the umpteen millionth logo that I worked on.
Sure.
Let me see if I can
I get that.
I got more logos in there. So let me get to. I'll show you the logo badge that we have. That was a version.
Wow. It's very. It's pretty metal.
Yeah. And then this is the actual like current logo.
Nice. Is this hand drawn?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we went through so many different versions that, man, I had to just quit for a while.
Yeah, I get that.
And then finally, I kept messing with it, and I was like, something about that, the badge that I just showed you. There was something about this that stood out to me, and I was like, there's something about that writing I like, but it don't work as far as like understanding it. It's
right.
Too hard to understand. So I fattened the letters up, spread it out some, and it worked.
Yeah. How great of a feeling was that?
Really great. It felt really great. But the thing is, I mean, logo design I think is very difficult at times.
It is.
Then, so when I hear of other people doing logo design, I'm like, ooh, tell me about that. Because I struggle, but I mean, I think my end results always come out good, but it takes me a long time to get there.
Same, so, and I've been doing it for years.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
I was wondering.
Yeah, it's part of the process.
It is. I mean, that process is very arduous at times.
It is.
So
it is.
But
I respect you for doing it by hand because a lot of the times. Yeah. That's what I want to do, and that's kind of what I resort to, especially when it comes to textures. Mm-hmm. I can't stand making textures digitally. Let me just tell you, this was colored by our colorist. Okay. So he put like a marbling in there, and like it looks almost like fire, but looks cool.
Yeah, but is that what you were talking about? Because I didn't do that.
Okay. Well. Then,
that is more digital. So I'm sorry. I take that away.
All the credit to the colorist then, because it looks traditional, which is pretty cool.
Well, and the thing is, so that bird design was my design.
That's nice.
And I did draw that by hand. I drew the letters by hand, and then scanned it in, and then worked with it to be more even, like just making sure everything was, squared up and looking right. And that's it.
That's crazy.
I mean, and then I worked some elements in there, like this plane between the celestials is the top of the T. Mm-hmm. That's got to do with the story a little bit. And so,
neat.
Yeah, so once you get into it, I don't know if you'll pick it out in the first issue, but we'll start building upon that theme as the story progresses. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So anyway, cool. Let's get back to Vigilant Fury. Enough about my stuff.
No, I like it. I love seeing what people are working on.
Let's go.
I've been talking about this story for over a month, so I like talking about other stories. Yeah.
That's all right. You got to talk about it and get it out there. So
yeah, man. That's for sure.
Oh, so you're going to sell your original art?
Yep.
I think that was tough for me, man. It's tough.
Well, I'm trying to. Let's put it that way. I want to. Nobody's gotten a page yet.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
But it's here. It's available.
For my first comic, I was struggling with selling it.
Really?
And I told Murph, I said, man, it's my first comic ever, man. And I feel like I want to keep it intact. And so when I get to the next issue, I'm going to sell the shit out of it.
Yeah, good for you.
But I think this first issue, I'm like, I would never have it together again. You know what I mean? Except in digital form. So
I totally get that. I think I always thought I would be that way, and I think I'm not for this only because I didn't write the story.
Okay.
So everything I worked on in the past, this is my first official comic book. Everything I worked on in the past was like short stories for grad school.
Oh, okay.
Like that stuff I have more of an attachment to as far as letting the physical pages go because like that's all me. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But this one, I'm like, yeah, man, buy it. Like, I want to.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I could detach a little bit. That's the thing. I think I need to detach from it. But it's my first one, so that's why I'm like, okay, it'll get better. I'll draw more, and then I'll be able to get rid of it. So
exactly. Exactly.
Okay, so you're offering this as a print.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have prints by other artists. They're not quite finished yet. That's why we haven't shown them. But we're offering up these as well as add-ons.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I like the flashlight over her head. That's cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh man, getting the head cracker in there. That's awesome. And then you get a bundle. Oh, that's cool. That's nice.
Yeah, so you can get, if you just want one, you get them separately. If you want all three for a discounted price, you get the bundle.
Yeah.
And then this gets into the behind the scenes book a little bit.
Okay. Very cool. So this is you did the character designs and you got the turnarounds or the poses. That's really nice.
And there are a lot more. Oh, really? I tried not doing it and it was not good.
Well, I had a lot of, like I had concept art. So I had the characters drawn out, but they were just like, it was like one pose or whatever. It wasn't
there you go.
Or anything, you know. But this is very organized.
Thanks.
It's really cool. I mean, yeah, that's really good to get that organized. Now,
oh, you froze.
And I saved to the process.
I didn't.
Now,
sorry, I was just typing. I was just typing to you that you froze again. I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
so I was going to say,
okay.
I love you going from the thumbnails to the finished product and seeing that finished product again. And so tell me about this panel down here at the bottom of this thumbnail where it's like really intense with her looking like she's slamming a head.
Yeah.
And then you changed it a little bit in the actual finished.
I did. I pulled out a little bit. Well, one of the things was I realized after, because those bottom two panels are newer. I went back and I redid them.
Okay.
But number one, I had realized that I was missing a little bit of story information because there's no knife, and then the next page she has a knife.
Oh, okay.
So I actually went back in the previous few pages, like I think page 4 and 5, and I added a knife to the guy's hand, like he's holding it, and then I showed where he drops it, and then I had to show where she picks it up.
Yeah.
So I had to add that little panel there just for consistency.
Okay.
And the way I drew the smashing panel initially, it just wasn't as good. I'm being honest. I'm gonna grab the page and show you now.
Yeah.
There.
Solo you.
So it just came out weird. There wasn't a lot of motion in it. It was pretty flat.
Yeah.
So I wanted to redraw it anyway.
Right.
And I got a little bit looser with it, and I think it came out much better the second time around.
So let me ask you, so you inked all this yourself?
Yeah.
And you've inked it by hand?
Yep.
Very cool.
Yep.
That is really cool. Are you using a brush?
I'll use a brush. Like, I don't know if you could see that page over there.
Okay.
Where I'm pointing. That background is a brush because it's so much black.
Okay.
But for the rest of it, it's a combination of just fine liners and these Tombow brush pens.
Okay.
And then the magical Pentel brush pen.
Okay. That's really cool.
It's mainly brush pens and fine liners.
That's funny because I think, do I use the Pentel? Is that what it is? I think I'm using the Pentel brush pen.
Yeah, I love that thing.
No. Well, I had it. This one is actually Faber-Castell and it's kind of cheaper. But once it gets frayed, it's great for hair.
Oh, neat.
And so, yeah, so actually on those sketch cards, I used this to get the hair effect.
That's
And
awesome.
it's fun. And I was like, oh, because I think that's what makes me the most nervous is once I go over to a pen, then I'm like, oh crap, it's for real now, you know? Any mistakes,
Yeah.
going to see it. And
For
so,
sure.
yeah, but once you get using the tools, man, it's fun. I wish I was better inking. I'm not great at inking.
Me too,
I don't,
man. I mean, you know, I, we're
I don't
always
think I'm
getting better,
terrible.
right?
Yeah,
We're
I don't
always
think I'm
getting better.
terrible.
I actually, I think I mentioned before I started ink washing recently, and
Uh-huh.
I've fallen in love with that. Um,
That's really cool.
so I want to try to do a little bit more, but I did this commission for Death Curse for their Camp Rainbow,
Huh?
and people seem to be digging it.
That up there.
So it's a completely different method of inking than just a
Oh, that's
stark
cool.
black and white, but it's a ton
Yeah,
of
you can see
fun.
the gray tones and all the.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got to do some extra lighting,
that's cool.
add a little bit something different.
I have not got that far. I've kept it pretty much to the line work
Yeah.
and blacks, and that's about it because I'm a little afraid to go beyond that, to be honest.
Yeah, that happens to me. Believe it or not, that happens. I think in between, mainly with the pencils, because I always get stuck. I think over rendering in the pencils, and then I'll go to
Uh-huh.
ink, and I don't know what I'm inking over. Like there's
Yeah,
so many extra lines that it. So I would almost rather. I think at some point in my career, I'll try at least just a short story. I'll just do inks, like no pencils at
right.
all. Um, because that was an exercise in grad school, and it actually helps a lot. Like
Yeah.
you don't realize how much more you pay attention when the stakes are higher.
Oh, yeah. That's it. Yeah. Um, I, you know, I like watercolor. I want to try that kind of stuff, you know.
Same.
Um, and I think of ink wash is kind of like that because you can use those different depths of color and shade.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's really hard to get into. And I feel like I haven't even mastered my pencils, let alone trying to master something like that. It
Preaching to
just
the
takes
choir,
so
man.
much out. It's
Preaching to the
crazy.
choir.
Um, so I see that you have some reference pics here. I love that.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
fantastic.
Thank you.
For
Thank you.
us, we did the same thing. It's so fun. I think that was one of the funnest sessions that we got together and like worked out the story because we would get together and thumbnail together,
Oh, that's
like
awesome.
Murph and I. Yeah, we don't live very far from each other, so we were able to see each other and like hang out. And, we got together with a friend and we acted out a whole scene of a page.
No way.
Yeah,
That's
we took
great.
photos. We took photos of several of the panels, like you, just like seeing you there. And I was like, that's so fantastic because I do that. I'll do it of an arm. I'll do it of all kinds of things, But
Yep. Yep.
it was a lot of fun to take pics of Murph and our other friend. And Murph was like choking him out because that's what it was in the panel. And
Yeah, I haven't shown it here, but I've been telling people on the shows like you might get a reference photo of me tackling my wife without her knowing what's going on. I try to keep the shots as organic as possible. And
yeah, going for the realism, man.
Yeah.
You got to go for the surprise.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
That's
Exactly.
awesome.
So I try to reel her in whenever I need some extra reference help.
That's really cool. I do that to my wife too. I'll say, stick
That's
your
the
hand out.
best.
I want to see how you do this. Hey,
Yeah.
point over here. Do
Yeah.
this. She's like, why are you having me do this?
Yeah. I'm like, don't move, and she's like, but I have to pee.
That's funny. Oh, awesome. Okay, well, so you have your stretch goals. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, I have some stretch goals. If we get to 5,000, which would be huge, everybody will get a bookmark. If we get to 8,000, everybody's gonna get a double-sided coaster.
Nice.
That's the one tchotchke that like I really love, and I have no
Okay.
reason for it because I never use them. But
That's funny.
like they're such a fun thing.
Sure.
I had them for my last campaign, which was a sketchbook of mainly Universal Monsters and horror pieces.
Okay.
So those worked really well on coasters, and people
Yeah.
seem to really dig them. I was actually at Plastic City Comic Con in Massachusetts about a week and a half ago,
Okay.
and like they sold there again pretty well. Like a lot of people dug them.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool. So I would love to do that.
Yeah.
And then 10,000 would be the set of 5 trading cards for the 5 main characters of the book.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's cool. Man, I'm telling you, you know, getting out there and pushing, that's the deal. I mean, you're doing the right thing. I don't know what else to tell you to do different because you're doing it. You know, you're on the shows. Man. Yeah, I would just say one thing you're going to want to do is get on the bigger shows. Get on the shows that, I mean, Shay's pretty big. So you did good there.
She is. I got on, I'll be on Pop XP this Thursday.
Okay.
So I know that's kind of a bigger one.
Yeah, do you know Bancroft?
Yeah, I've been told to. I think Julius has been reaching out to him, but I think he's pretty booked up.
Okay.
But I would love to get on there.
Yeah, that's where we launched, and
that's
that
awesome.
Worked out. That was great for us. That was probably one of our biggest pushes. So that was really awesome.
That's dope.
I don't know if you know Lord Crackhead or Jeremy. Jeremy, I think it's Lord Crackhead 33.
I don't think so.
He's got like the Witching Hour. He's got a big show. If you can talk to him. I'm trying to think of some other guys.
Was it Lord Crackhead?
Yeah. There's plenty of guys out there that do the shows, and they'll get you in there. But you know, it's just some of it's the Twitter following. And look up Saturdays and stuff like that.
Look up what?
When you can get into those, promote yourself Saturday.
Oh, okay.
On Twitter, and then Work in Progress Wednesday.
Oh yeah. Yes, you told me that before.
Yeah, man. Get in there. Look at those things. Get yourself posted. You know, post your campaign in them and post some art from it.
For sure.
And then give them a good little pitch in your tweet.
Yeah.
And you know, you never know where somebody might show up and back the book. So where they come from.
It's true. So, that's why we just keep pushing.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Well, thanks for coming on. I think this is a great campaign, man. I think
thank you, sir.
Cool story.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, and spread that word like you're saying down here. Other ways you can help. Get that word out, guys.
Yeah, man.
You guys are watching. Hey, we have the Art and Times of Jay Ryan. Thanks for stopping by. He said everyone's streaming tonight. I know.
Really?
It's so frustrating to me because we used to have this open time slot where nobody was streaming, and now it's like the professionals do it, and then we've got several other people who have bigger channels than me, and they're also like, let's just step all over Derek. It's great.
Oh,
I'm like,
damn it! Sucks.
Damn it!
Did you ever consider switching time slots?
No, because this was my time slot. Damn it! You know what I'm saying? I think if I did switch, I think it would change a lot of dynamics for my show. I don't know if I really want to do that.
Sure.
Tuesday works for me real well, and the fact that we've been consistent, we don't really change. Everybody else, they've kind of shifted and they're premiering at different times and moving.
Right.
Although it might work for them, I don't know if I really want to change up. I think I just want to stay consistent and keep it easy,
Good for you, man.
Now I will do possible draw streams from here and there, and I'll invite some people on maybe sometime and draw with me.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, on various nights. So that's it just depends on what's going on. So, for me, it's not about, only doing this show. I can do some other things or just stick to this show here and there,
Sure.
And have fun. But, man, thanks for coming on, everybody.
Thank you.
If you're watching right now, go back this book on Indiegogo, Vigilant Fury. Let me get back up to the top so that they can see the campaign. Oh, I know there's a faster way to do it. And yeah.
There it is.
Let me get to the picture. I know they got to show some of these pictures on here. That way they can see it better.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Cool.
And yeah. Well, Anthony, it was great meeting you, man. Thanks for coming on.
Likewise, Derek. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So where can they find you on social media?
I am at Gambino Studio on Instagram and Twitter.
Okay.
And maybe someday soon TikTok.
Yeah, I know. I feel you on that one, man. I don't know if I feel like going there either.
I don't. The only upside is like I have a decent backlog of videos that I've been using and cropping for Twitter, so I can at least put those up.
Yeah.
Initially, before I have to start hawking new
positive
content.
and negative. You know what I mean? I've heard some people saying they get a lot of people from TikTok, and then other people say it's not really giving them much. So, Hey, Jim, thanks for stopping by, man.
Hey, Jim. I think Jim backed the book
did he?
a couple days ago. Yeah, so thank you, Jim.
Yeah, that's great. So the Art and Times of Jay Ryan says, have a good night, gentlemen. Thank you.
You too.
Thanks, Jay, for stopping in. You guys can find me on Twitter at drock. Right there below where it's all written funny, but just type in drock. I'm sure if you look up Ballad of the Celestials, you'll find me. Go to Facebook, find me with Ballad of the Celestials and the Art of Derek Clay. So with that, guys, we'll catch you next week. Hopefully we won't have Streamapalooza again on YouTube tonight like we do next week. Hopefully it'll be nice, free and clear, and we'll be able to have a pretty good show. We're going to have another guest on, and should be a lot of fun. So thanks for stopping by. I'll see you guys soon. See ya.